Have you ever wondered how some people can face any difficulty with calmness and confidence, while others crumble under pressure and stress? What is the secret of their resilience and happiness? How can we learn from them and become more powerful and fulfilled in our lives? The answer lies in an ancient school of philosophy called Stoicism. Stoicism is not just a theory, but a practical way of living that teaches us how to turn life's challenges into opportunities for growth and development. It helps us to master our emotions, to act with wisdom and virtue, and to live in harmony with ourselves and others. In this video, we will explore 11 Stoic lessons that will empower you to overcome anything, to be happy in any situation, and to become a better version of yourself. These lessons are based on the teachings of the great Stoic philosophers such as Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius, who faced many hardships and trials in their lives, but still managed to live with dignity and joy. Before we dive into the amazing world of Stoicism, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Lesson 1. Embrace the unchangeable. Imagine that you are walking in the woods and you encounter a huge boulder blocking your path. What would you do? Would you try to push it away, or would you accept it as part of the landscape? If you are a Stoic philosopher, you would choose the second option. You would embrace the unchangeable and not waste your time and energy on something that you cannot control. You would realize that the boulder is not a problem, but a fact of nature. You would focus on what you can do, such as finding another way around or enjoying the scenery. This is the first lesson of Stoicism. Embrace the unchangeable. Stoicism teaches us how to live wisely and happily in a chaotic and uncertain world. It helps us to deal with the challenges and difficulties that we face in our daily lives by changing our perspective and attitude. One of the main challenges that we face is the difference between what we can control and what we cannot. We often get frustrated, angry, or anxious when things do not go our way, or when we face obstacles that we cannot overcome. We wish that things were different, and we try to change them, even if they are beyond our power. But this is a futile and harmful approach. It only makes us more unhappy and stressed, and it prevents us from taking positive action. It also makes us dependent on external factors, such as other people, events, or circumstances, for our happiness and well-being. So the next time you face a situation that you cannot change, remember the Stoic philosopher and the boulder. Embrace the unchangeable and focus on what you can do. You will be surprised by how much easier and happier your life will become. Lesson 2. Seek growth in setbacks. Sometimes life throws us curveballs that seem to ruin our plans and dreams. We may face rejection, loss, illness, or other hardships that make us feel hopeless and defeated. But what if we could turn these negative experiences into positive ones? What if we could use them as opportunities to grow and improve ourselves? This is the second lesson that Stoicism teaches us. Instead of dwelling on the past, we should focus on the present and the future. We should ask ourselves, what can I learn from this situation? How can I use it to become a better person? How can I make the most of it? Let me tell you a story about a boy, a young entrepreneur who wanted to start his own business. He had a great idea, a solid plan, and a lot of passion. He invested all his savings and time into his project, hoping to make it a success. But things did not go as he expected. He faced many obstacles and challenges, such as lack of funding, technical issues, and market competition. He tried to overcome them, but he failed. His business went bankrupt, and he lost everything. He was devastated. He felt like a failure. He thought he had wasted his time and money. He wanted to give up on his dream, but then he remembered the Stoic principle of seeking growth in setbacks. He realized that his failure was not the end, but the beginning. He decided to use his experience as a lesson, not a regret. He analyzed his mistakes and learned from them. He improved his skills and knowledge. He found new opportunities and partners. He started a new business with a better idea, a better plan, and a better attitude. He turned his setback into a comeback. This is how Stoicism can help us transform our challenges into opportunities. We can turn our weaknesses into strengths, our problems into solutions, and our failures into successes. We can become more resilient, confident, and happy. We can achieve our goals and fulfill our potential. Lesson 3. Focus on what you can control. Think of a sculptor who is working on a block of marble. He has a vision of what he wants to create, but he also knows that he cannot control everything. He cannot control the quality of the marble, the weather, or the opinions of others. He can only control his own actions and thoughts. He can choose the right tools, the right techniques, and the right attitude. He can focus on his craft, his passion, and his purpose. He can carve his masterpiece from the marble and be proud of his work. We are the sculptors of our destiny. We have a vision of what we want to achieve, but we also know that we cannot control everything. We cannot control the events, the people, or the outcomes. We can only control our own actions and thoughts. We can choose the right goals, the right lessons, and the right mindset. We can focus on what we can do, what we can learn, and what we can improve. We can shape our lives from the circumstances and be happy with our results. Focus on what you can control. By doing this, we can avoid wasting our energy on things that are beyond our reach and instead use it to make the best of what we have. Lesson 4. Practice mindful reflection. How often do you take time to reflect on your life, to think about what you have learned, what you have done, and what you want to do, to write down your thoughts, feelings, and insights? If you are like most people, you probably don't do this very often. You are too busy, too distracted, or too lazy. But what if I told you that this simple habit could change your life for the better? It means to pause and review our experiences, especially the challenging ones, and to learn from them. It means to write down our observations, conclusions, and actions, and to use them as guides for our future choices. It means to turn our knowledge into wisdom and our wisdom into virtue. Let me tell you a story about a lady who applied this lesson to her life. She was a successful lawyer, but she was not happy. She felt stressed, bored, and unfulfilled. She wanted to do something more meaningful and rewarding, but she didn't know what. She decided to start a journal where she would write about her daily challenges, her thoughts, and her feelings. She would also write about her goals, her values, and her purpose. She did this every day for a few minutes before going to bed. She discovered new insights and perspectives, new opportunities and possibilities, new strengths and skills. She realized that she wanted to quit her job and start her own non-profit organization to help people in need. She used her journal as a roadmap to plan her steps, to track her progress, and to celebrate her achievements. She transformed her challenges into valuable insights, creating a roadmap for future decisions. The written word became a bridge between experience and lasting wisdom. This is how, by practicing mindful reflection, we can learn from our past, live in the present, and prepare for the future. We can become more aware, more grateful, and more intentional. we can create a meaningful and purposeful life. Lesson 5. Cultivate virtue in the face of adversity. What do you do when you face a difficult situation? Do you panic, complain, or give up? Or do you act with courage, wisdom, and patience? How do you decide what is the right thing to do? How do you measure your success or failure? These are the questions that Stoicism helps us to answer. Virtue is the excellence of our character, the quality of our actions, and the alignment of our will with the universal reason. Virtue is the only thing that is truly good, and the only thing that depends on us. Let me tell you a story about a Stoic warrior who exemplified this principle. He was a soldier in the Roman army, fighting against a powerful enemy. He knew that the odds were against him, and that he might die in the battle. But he did not let fear, anger, or despair affect him. He did not care about the outcome, but only about his duty. He fought with courage, wisdom, and patience, following his commander's orders, using his skills and lessons and respecting his enemies. He acted with virtue, and he was happy. By cultivating virtue in the face of adversity, we can act with dignity, integrity, and honor, regardless of the circumstances. We can control our emotions, our thoughts, and our actions, and not let external factors disturb our peace of mind. We can achieve our highest ideals and be satisfied with ourselves. Lesson 6. Build resilience through Stoic mindset. Everything in life is hard, uncertain, and changing all the time. There are times when our limits are pushed, our faith is shaken, or our happiness is in danger. How are we going to deal with these hard times? How can we get over them? How do we grow from them? This lesson teaches us, build resilience through a Stoic attitude. It means to have a way of thinking that helps us weather the storms of life with a strong heart. It means to see things the way they are instead of how we want them to be. It means to accept the things we can't change and concentrate on the things we can. It means to use your head instead of your heart when you act. Let me tell you a story about a Stoic philosopher who showed this lesson. He was a slave who was sold to a mean owner. He suffered from abuse, torture, and shame. He had no freedom, no rights, no respect. But he did not let his situation break him. He did not let his master control his thoughts. He used his reason, his will, and his virtue to beat his adversity. He learned philosophy, he taught others, he wrote books. He became one of the most important thinkers of all time. His name was Epictetus. This is how Stoicism can help us build strength. By choosing a Stoic mindset, we can face life's storms with an unwavering spirit. We can equip ourselves with mental fortitude, allowing us to bounce back from losses, stronger and more resilient than before. Lesson 7. Practice gratitude with difficulties. How do you feel when you face problems in life? Do you feel angry, sad, or bitter? Do you focus on the negative parts of your situation and ignore the positive ones? Do you take for granted the things that you have and complain about the things that you don't? If so, you're missing out on a powerful tool that can help you deal with any challenge. Gratitude is the practice of being thankful for what you have and appreciating the good things in life. Even in the middle of difficulties, gratitude is the 7th lesson that Stoicism teaches us, and one of the most important ones. Gratitude works as a beacon, illuminating the positive aspects of life, even in the darkest times. Let me tell you a story about a Stoic sage who practiced gratitude among challenges. He was a prisoner of war who was taken by his enemies and tortured for years. He had no freedom, no safety, no hope. But he did not let his situations make him miserable. He did not let his enemies make him nasty. He found joy in simple things such as the sun, the sky, the birds, and the books. He thanked the gods for giving him life, reason, and honor. He admired the kindness of his fellow prisoners and the wisdom of his teachers. He practiced thanks, and he was happy. Lesson 8. Develop a Stoic routine. Do you have a habit that helps you live a good life? A set of habits that support your goals, beliefs, and purpose? A way of managing your time, energy, and attention? If not, you might want to consider creating a Stoic routine. A Stoic routine is a daily practice that reinforces Stoic principles and helps you apply them to every part of your life. It consists of rituals that you perform in the morning, during the day, and in the evening to prepare yourself, to push yourself, and to review yourself. It helps you to be more thoughtful, more virtuous, and more resilient. By engaging in daily rituals that reinforce Stoic principles, we can transform philosophy from an idea into a lived experience. We can ensure that Stoic wisdom becomes a guiding force in every part of our life. We can live a good life. Lesson 9. Build connection and community. We are social beings. We need relationship and community. We need to join, to share, to care. We need to give and receive help, understanding, and encouragement. This is especially true when we face problems in life. We cannot beat them alone. We need the help of others. It means to build and maintain relationships with people who share our beliefs, goals, and purpose. It means to join and contribute to groups that support Stoic philosophy and practice. It means to seek and give guidance, feedback, and inspiration. This is how Stoicism can help us encourage connection and community. By connecting with people who share our Stoic vision and values, we can improve our lives and enhance our learning. We can also improve our resilience and happiness by giving and receiving support, understanding, and encouragement. We can live a good life. Lesson 10. Develop a Stoic slogan. What do you say to yourself when you face a tough situation? Do you have a saying, a word, or a slogan that helps you to stay calm, focused, and motivated? If not, you might want to consider creating a Stoic motto. A Stoic slogan is a short and simple statement that summarizes a Stoic concept or idea. It is a powerful tool that reminds us of Stoic wisdom and guides our thinking in challenging times. It is a way of talking to ourselves and to the world in a positive and rational way. By choosing a phrase that resonates with us and that reflects a Stoic principle or idea, we can build a powerful tool that helps us to cope with any situation. By creating a Stoic slogan, we can anchor ourselves during life's storms. We can remind ourselves of Stoic principles and guide our thinking in challenging times. Lesson 11. Embrace the impermanence of life. How do you view life? Do you see it as a fixed and stable world, or as a dynamic and changing process? Do you stick to the past or worry about the future, or live in the present? Do you resist change, or accept it, or embrace it? This is the final lesson that Stoicism teaches us. Accept the impermanence of life. It means to know and accept that life is temporary, filled with moments of joy and sorrow that come and go, like the waves of the sea. It means to enjoy each moment and to find comfort in the ebb and flow of life. Let me tell you a story about a Stoic philosopher who accepted the impermanence of life. He was a king who ruled over a vast kingdom. He had power, wealth, and fame. He had a family, friends, and fans. He had everything that one could desire. But he also knew that he could lose everything at any time. He knew that he was mortal and that he would die someday. He knew that his kingdom was fragile and that it could fall someday. He knew that his loved ones were mortal and that they could die someday. He knew that life was temporary and that nothing lasted forever. But he did not let this knowledge make him sad or afraid or greedy. He let it make him thankful and humble and generous. He loved his life and he shared his blessings. He did his job and he followed his virtue. He loved his people and he served them well. He accepted the impermanence of life and he was happy. His name was Marcus Aurelius, and he wrote a book called Meditations, where he shared his Stoic wisdom and observations. By understanding and accepting that life is temporary, we can avoid attachment, fear, and suffering. We can also develop gratitude, humility, and kindness. We have reached the end of our journey, learning the 11 Stoic lessons that can transform our lives for the better. These lessons help us to accept the unchangeable, seek growth in setbacks, focus on what we can control, practice mindful reflection, and cultivate virtue, build resilience, practice gratitude, create a Stoic routine, build relationships, and live in harmony with nature. By following these lessons, we can become more calm, confident, and content in our daily lives. We can also become more smart, virtuous, and happy in our long-term goals. We can turn life's challenges into opportunities for personal growth and fulfillment. I hope you liked this video and learned something valuable from it. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, and remember, the best way to learn Stoicism is to live it.